Hi Gemini, welcome to your April 2020 reading. Thanks for joining me. My name is Michelle. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Gemini, let's get some oracle cards for you. Firstly, from the White Light Oracle, let's get a spiritual message for you for April. For the month of April, Spirit Guides, we have the Epsilon Modulation. We'll take a look at that momentarily. I also want to get a card from the FaeryTale Oracle. And this is the main energy of the month for Gemini for April. For the month of April, please, Spirit Guides. We have the Juniper Tree. And let's get the overall energy for the month from the Ganesha cards. For my Geminis, for the month of April, what's the overall energy? The overall energy for the month of April. Okay. Fulfillment. So let's talk about these, Gemini. So Gemini, this could be your energy. It could be someone around you. So please keep that in mind. Epsilon Modulation. It's a very slow energy around this, super slow in fact. So the Oracle asks you to switch off and tune in, as the greater perspective you'll find will bring you tremendous peace. So Gemini, going through spiritual journeys, reaching spiritual heights, requires commitment. And it requires a lot of commitment to developing powerful, deep roots. But that takes time. It takes perseverance and it takes patience. So there's an energy around, perhaps you, perhaps someone around you, of instant gratification or of wanting things instantly. And because they're not appearing, there may be a feeling around this of needing some sort of validation. Overall, the energy is of fulfillment. But it's the fulfillment of knowledge rather than the fulfillment of material gain. And the way that you receive knowledge, well, that could be a number of things. It could be that you're seeking out a teacher, Gemini, for that knowledge. It could be going within, of course, seeking that knowledge that already exists and thereby going into that place of stillness to access the information. Or it could even mean reading books, taking a course, that kind of thing. Now the Juniper Tree, this speaks of deception as the main energy around you. Now again, it doesn't mean that this is particularly you, Gemini, it could be the other person. But I'm not going to go into the full story of the Juniper Tree because, to be quite honest, it's quite harsh. But the main focus around it is about greed. And people who act out of anger or resentment, getting their just desserts, being impulsive, doing something that they shouldn't. The message around this card is that compassion will be rewarded, that there will be return to life after any kind of cruelty, and that love and tenderness will rise above. So there is resurrection and a second chance with this card. But what I feel around you, Gemini, here is that there may be an energy around this of some kind of deception that is born out of wanting something quickly, perhaps validation, a greediness, or acting out of anger or resentment about somebody else. And there might be an energy of false blame. So we'll see where this goes. Again, Gemini may not be you, could be someone around you, or if you're cross-watching, this may resonate as a Gemini that you are currently dealing with or have dealt with. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card, so that's what I'm speaking about. Compassion, love wins out over greed. So let's see where this goes. I'll do a few more shuffles for you. I get a deep personal transformation, Gemini. It's either something that you're working through now, or you soon will be. This may be the catalyst for that personal transformation. But it requires a letting go, a surrender to something that you perhaps have held on to for a long time, something that you felt was of value to you, that perhaps you'd lost in the past. So let's see, Gemini, I'm going to cut these cards. And let's take a look at your past energy. We have the Chariot. Current energy, we have the Temperance card, beautiful. The hoped for outcome for you is the Two of Cups. The feelings around this is the Sun, beautiful. Let's take a look at the strengths. Queen of Pentacles, wonderful energy. The challenge, the Queen of Swords. Let's take a look and see what the hidden aspects are. The Fool card. And the potential outcome is the Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay, Gemini, let's take a look at this. In the past, there has been a lot of fast movement and wanting to rise above, dealing with difficulties, struggling with challenges, but having that will, that strength and that determination to rise above. Right now there is a balance around you, a peacefulness. What you're wanting to happen in the near future is love, is a connection. One in which there will be happiness, a sense of being successful. There is a feeling here of, I feel like there's two people involved, I have to be honest. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles and this Queen of Swords energy are two different people, Gemini. One is the challenge. So there seems to be a challenger to the throne. It's kind of like that. One is a very stable, very grounded, very nurturing energy, compassionate, caring, loving, very self-sufficient, and someone who is able to take care of themselves and as well as people around them. The other is more of an energy here of someone who would like to have something, a decision made in their favor, is what I'm getting from Spirit. Hidden aspect around this is about some reckless behavior. The potential outcome with that Seven of Swords in reverse tells me that somebody's going to get caught out if they're doing anything that is deceptive. So let's take a look here, Gemini. What I want to start with is that Chariot card. So let's get some clarifiers. The Chariot energy around Gemini in the past, this Chariot card. The Page of Cups. Past energy for Gemini. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and one more. The Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. What I'm getting here is that there was regret over missing an opportunity in the past, letting something go, letting something slip through your fingers. And there's a chance here for, I feel that this is an apology being offered. I feel that it was actually you, Gemini, that was coming in with this apology, seeking for forgiveness for letting something slip through your fingers. Okay. So you recognize that perhaps if you've hurt someone in the past, Gemini. Again, this can be vice versa, so however this resonates. Let's take a look at the Temperance card as the current energy for Gemini. We have the Strength card in reverse. The Five of Cups, and one more for the Temperance card and the current energy. Whoa, that one jumped out. The Magician. Okay, good. I get a sense of frustration and impatience currently. There is regrets over missing out on an opportunity in the past, letting something go by. But the thing is, it seems to be a catalyst for you now to make something happen in your life. So the energy is changing, some kind of epiphany, where you've had this realization of what's going to bring balance into your life. The problem that I see around this is that the way that you feel, I get some despair, some sadness over the past, a past relationship. You don't like how that feels. It's uncomfortable, Gemini. And I get a great deal of frustration and impatience about this. And you're needing to change. You're needing something to change in your life. And you're the catalyst for this. I feel like you are the person that is you're realizing that you're feeling bad, that you're feeling low, and you're saying, you know what, no, I'm not going to feel this way anymore. I'm going to take matters into my own hands and bring this sense of balance back into my life. So you're wanting to communicate. I feel that you're wanting to come to some kind of compromise, because you do want this partnership. Let's see. Hope for outcome for Gemini with this Two of Cups. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. We also have the Nine of Swords and one more. And the Moon in reverse. The thing is, for you, Gemini, what held you back in the past, I feel, was a sense of fear. You were scared of getting involved, scared of being in a partnership with this particular person. And I feel for you that there was a lot of energy around you of not really being sure of what was real and what wasn't. You do want the equal partnership. You do want the balance that it would bring to your life. There is this fear, though, that has kept you from engaging with this, of following up, of being with a particular partner. So you've been in your head a lot. You've been very, very much receiving these spiritual downloads from the universe. Maybe you've been dreaming about this person, fantasizing about this person, waking up in the middle of the night thinking about this person. You're thinking, you know, I really am sad that I let that go, that I didn't take that opportunity while it was there. Okay. So overcoming those fears, overcoming those doubts, and overcoming some anxieties about this partnership. Let's see the feelings around this with the Sun card. Feelings around this situation with the Sun card. Six of Cups in reverse. Feelings. Four of Pentacles in reverse. And the Ten of Wands. There's something that has been blocking you from achieving success or happiness with your personal relationships, Gemini. Something that you have held on to for a really, really long time. Something negative that happened in the past. It's been a burden, and you've blamed yourself. I get a lot of self-blame around this, blaming yourself for something that happened in the past, and you've been carrying this around with you for a really, really long time. And I feel like for you, you need to get this off your chest. You feel like you need to bring this out into the open, is what I'm getting from Spirit. So that you can finally let go of this situation that you've held on to from the past. I feel it's something that happened quite early on. Maybe when you were a teenager, maybe even younger than that. I get an energy of childhood. And it's like you It's like you have felt like it was a burden to mature, to grow up. For some of you Geminis, I'm getting that. Yeah, you've struggled with things. You've struggled with life. You've struggled with maturity. So for some of you Geminis, it's kind of kept you in a place of wanting to not have a lot of responsibility or burden, because you already felt like you were carrying a lot from your youth. And so I get, for you, this relationship with this other person, it feels like you've been carrying a burden around this as well. Quite interesting energy that I'm picking up around you. Let's take a look at the strengths with that Queen of Pentacles. What is the strength here with this Queen of Pentacles? Four of Wands in reverse. High Priestess in reverse, and one more. The King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So Gemini, what I'm sensing here is that there is someone who is around you. I get an earth sign. I've got them as the King of Pentacles, but they're the King of Pentacles in reverse. This is quite an unstable person. There's a lack of stability, a lack of strength around this person. I also get greed. This individual is quite immature, so although they may be older, they don't act that way. They are someone who finds it difficult to succeed in life. I get a lack of stability, and the thing is, this person I feel is married. They're married, but they fail to appreciate what they have in their life, which is their partner. There's a lack of appreciation, a lack of value for that person and what that person brings to them, which actually that individual does ground them, does provide them with that stability that they need. But this person I feel is very secretive and lies. I get lies, I get illusions around this person, secrets. The thing is, this individual around you is not someone that can be trusted, Gemini, and they're partnered. But it's coming up as the strength. The fact that this person is not grounded with where they currently are. Let's take a look at the Queen of Swords as the challenge. Got the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Knight of Cups in reverse. And the Two of Swords in reverse. So Gemini, around you, there's a lot of instability. And a failure to connect to your gut feeling, to your instincts about this person. I feel like this is the individual. I feel like they are the ones here that are coming back to you, wanting to apologize. They're wanting to reconcile with you. There is elements around this of this person wants to get back together with you, but the problem is they're partnered. And this is making you feel, it's bringing back a lot of repressed things that were repressed from when you were younger, I feel. It's bringing up a lot of fears, it's bringing up a lot of anxieties about this situation, which you would like to move on from. You find it a burden. You find this person a burden. Although on some level, they seem to bring some happiness to you. But the problem that I get around you and the challenge here, it's about you needing to think logically and analytically about this, and rather than coming from a place of manipulation or revenge or wanting to cause conflict. Drama. I get drama. This is a whole lot of drama. Bringing drama to your life. Bringing drama to this other person's life as well. Yeah. Deception. I get deception all over this. But I've got it as you. I hate to say that, Gemini. It can be the opposite way around, but if you're cross-watching here, I do have it as the challenge here for this Gemini is to not deceive. Because I feel like this person around you is partnered. They're quite immature, and I feel that they're very unstable. And so the thing is, this person is quite easy to manipulate because they're greedy by nature. Greedy, I get they're unfaithful, they're likely to easily cheat on a partner. And all the while they lack appreciation for the person that they have already in their life, Gemini. I feel that's why they would get involved with you, out of greed, out of this desire for more, and a lack of appreciation and gratitude for what they've been given in their life. I get this person's very greedy, very self-motivated. And I feel that you're motivated here, I'm sorry to say this, Gemini, but by some kind of emotional manipulation and the need to cause conflict. Okay, let's continue with this. Interesting reading. The Fool as the hidden aspect. What is the Fool as the hidden aspect about this? The Ace of Wands in reverse. 10 of Pentacles. And the Hanged Man. So in the long term, I see, Gemini, you do want something stable. You do want the security, something that's going to last long term. And I get for you this kind of instant gratification, validation of getting involved with someone who may be partnered for short-term reasons, passion. You recognize that it's not the way to go for you if you want something long-term. So the hidden aspect of this and what isn't known is that deep down you are on this path of enlightenment. And you are on this path of maturity, of growing up, of no longer being satisfied by doing things spontaneously that contain a lot of risk. Because the risk for you here is, at the end of the day, is that you won't be rewarded by getting involved with these kind of, I get short-term energies. Kind of that free spirit, just getting involved for short periods of time, but it doesn't lead to anything. I get you more likely to sacrifice passion for something that is long-term and stable. Yeah, so that's maturity, isn't it? I feel for you, you're more likely to sacrifice instant gratification for the long-term benefits of what you can have in the future, long-term security and stability. Let's take a look at that Seven of Swords in reverse as a potential outcome. We've got the Death card in reverse. We also have the Nine of Pentacles and one more. the Ten of Swords. Yeah. There's a feeling here of not wanting to do this again. The thing is, you're trying to be better than this. You're trying to rise above it. And I see you working on yourself, doing the things that are necessary for you to move ahead in your own life. So you're very focused on doing something that is going to provide you with security in the long term. And this is a transformation for you. I get you putting an end to any kind of past behaviors in which you have felt some shame or some guilt associated with it. Anything that has been hurtful to other people, especially if you've gotten involved with someone in the past here who was partnered. And that's what I feel. I feel like you're going through this deep personal transformation, and you're being called to persevere, to recognize that this is long-term energy, but it'll be worth it in the end to get to that place of feeling at peace and feeling grounded within yourself. And that's what I see here with this Nine of Pentacles. So putting an end to the things in which you've engaged in the past, which have prevented you from achieving what it is that you want to feel, which is that deep self-worth. You want to feel this self-worth. You want to feel valuable as a person. So you don't want to devalue yourself by getting involved with someone here who is a cheater and a liar, I feel, and doesn't appreciate what they have in their life. Yeah, they would be very easy. I feel like this person is the one that's come back to you recently. Gemini saying, oh, I apologize. I feel like I've missed out on an opportunity with you. They want to reconcile. They want to make things better. Yeah, it's all... I feel like it's very much I feel like you would potentially could get involved with this currently because of this impatience, because you've been feeling bad, you've been feeling in a dark place, you've been going through some despair, some sadness over a loss. So you may have just recently gotten out of perhaps another relationship, and you're seeing this as a means to an end, or a way to make yourself feel good again. I do get that. But the thing is, what you want is an equal partnership, a balanced equal partnership, one where there is equality, happiness, and two people, and not three. And I get that you in the past have been scared. Have been actually scared of getting involved in this kind of deeper connection. But you want to overcome that. You do. You want to overcome that. I think that you've had a long history that you've tried to be working through. You've tried to overcome the difficulties, some struggles that you had, perhaps when you were really, really young. You've been carrying around a pain associated with the past for a very long time. I think you've been carrying around blame around this particular person. So you may have blamed yourself for something this individual has been struggling with. I get that. But the blame doesn't need to be carried. That's what I'm seeing there. So the feeling around this is of something coming to light here, which will allow you to release blame you've been carrying around about this past situation. You've been blaming yourself. You've been blaming yourself, but now you see that the reality of this person that you're dealing with. I feel that they're revealing things to you of just how unstable they are. That's what I'm getting a sense of. And that the person around them is actually a good person. But I think you have to recognize this person for who they are, truly, to look beyond this, and to look at your long-term stability and security rather than just this instant gratification, Gemini. Let's get one card from the Hedgewitch Botanical. Now, what I'm going to do in the extended, guys, this month is I'm going to do the other side of this. So if this is resonating, I'm going to do the flip side. So the other person and what they're thinking in all of this. So if you would like to, you can check that out. The link for that will be below in the descriptions box, and that will be the other side of this reading. And it'll be about another 30-minute reading. Same type of spread, but of course I'm going to do it's going to start from scratch with oracle cards, the whole bit. So please do join me for that if you would like. Okay, let's get a Hedgewitch Botanical oracle for you, Gemini. Message for Gemini for this reading. Resourcefulness, huckleberry. Yeah, that's the thing. You're learning how to be more resourceful in your life, and that's going to serve you well. Learning about things, gaining that knowledge, no longer just jumping in, hoping for the best. The huckleberry is an interesting plant because it has resisted human efforts of domestication. So for some of you Geminis, that may resonate as you. Despite many attempts, no one has successfully farmed huckleberries. So you might have actually been quite a wild spirit character, someone who doesn't like to be tamed, the untamable Gemini, that kind of thing. It's a wildness in spirit. And there's a feeling around you of not wanting to be domesticated. But this person here, I feel, actually would be served better in a stable place. But I get at the moment there is instability around this person, but they truly do long for security. They do. So the energy around this huckleberry is the ability to grow in many places. It tends to grow in very inhospitable places. In fact, this plant was one of the only survivors of the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens volcano. So resourcefulness, it can mean finding ways to turn adversity into opportunity, and I feel that that's you. And like the huckleberry, benefiting from increased sun in areas where the forest canopy has been damaged by fire. So that would explain this. So where there has been some kind of damage caused by this kind of relationship in the past, I feel that this is you recognizing that you can still grow despite the adversity that you've experienced in your life. So where there has been devastation, there will be new growth if you continue on this path of working through your progress. If you don't give up on that, there will be growth. This is a distraction, this energy. So turning adversity into opportunity. Of course, another kind of resourcefulness is the ability to take what you have and use it to its greatest potential, and I see that here. Knowledge. And the huckleberry always reminds that sometimes success comes not from being the brightest, the shiniest, the boldest person, but from strategic patience, laying low, hiding under the snow until the right opportunity presents itself. So a sense of resourcefulness around you here, Gemini. So eventual fulfillment. But I think you know that it's going to take time, it's going to take patience, that this is just instant gratification, and that in the end there's not going to be the payoff that you want here with this particular person. So let's take this to the extended. We'll look at the other side. Hope that you join me there. Again, it'll be about another 30-35 minute reading. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. Please like and share, and if you're a newcomer, I'd love to have you. Please subscribe and click that notification bell as well. Bye for now, Gemini. I'll see you in the extended.